Hello and welcome to On Air. I'm Hassan.
And I'm Margaret Gilmour.
Thank you for watching. Our top story concerns the provision of mental health services for students. A YouGov survey last year found 1 in 4 undergraduates were reported to have a mental health issue.
But what support is available? Hazel Urquhart has more details.
The NHS recently released figures stating that in Ayrshire and Arran, 200,000 hours were spent on mental health last year alone. With 48% of these people being under the age of 30, we went to the local university to learn what services they were providing to tackle this issue.
But one of the things that's not often spoken about is mental health and psychological support, and I think the services here are very, very good. I know from my own experience of having students being referred to the support services and being referred to counselling, they're very responsive, they catch students really, really quickly. They can often see students before other statutory services can, maybe via their GP and things like that. So I'm a big supporter of that provision, and I think it does really, really well, and there is a huge need for it. When people are experiencing stress, they're not at their optimum level mentally or psychologically. I mean, and if it goes unchecked, then yeah, it can cause significant additional mental health problems and physical health problems. So it is something that has to be addressed, and I think people need to recognise. I think there's something about people recognising when they're becoming stressed or when they're seeing their stress levels increase, and then starting to do something themselves about addressing it. It might be sort of self-help or recognition, taking some time out, looking after ourselves a wee bit better, as well as, you know, the things that are out with our control, like from employers and from environments and organisations.
And they finally believed that I had a mental health issue. That helped, because I've been to doctors throughout my entire life, and it's almost like, once again, it's not a real thing. Nobody believes it's a real condition, so when somebody finally reinforces that as a real problem, it's very reassuring, and I think the university needs to concentrate on helping students understand that what they have isn't fake, it's a real issue.
With this issue of mental health affecting more and more students, it is vital that the help and support services are available to anyone in need of them.
And Hazel joins us now. So Hazel, how do students find the level of support that's currently available to them generally?
Actually, in Ayr, a lot of the students were very happy with the services provided currently, but they're very much being used by a vast majority, well, not a vast majority, but a large number of the students. And speaking to the counselling services within the university in Ayr, it sounded like it was a service that was really used quite often and quite well appreciated, which is so obviously really important with the findings about how many young people are suffering from mental health issues.
I mean, the YouGov survey that I spoke about in the queue there, saying that 1 in 4 undergraduates in the survey last year had a mental health issue. Do you feel this is only going to get bigger and bigger because of the pressures that young people find in their lives?
Well, it's hard to say. There's definitely a large amount of stress and social pressures that go on students, especially undergraduate students who are normally, straight out of high school or whatever. But I don't know if it's going to increase necessarily, but I think as long as the support is there and students know that the support is there, whatever age or situation that they're in, that if they need it, they can go and get it. I think that hopefully it should reduce, hopefully.
That's fantastic. Thank you very much indeed, Hazel, for your insight there. And for more information regarding anything related to mental health or any other health issue, please visit www.nhsinform.scot. And also, whilst I'm mentioning that, the Student Association of the University of the West of Scotland also have a section in their website about mental health and other health issues, so you can check their website as well. The national minimum wage increased earlier this month. Workers aged 25 and over are entitled to the national living wage, which is now at £7.50 per hour. The UK government is aiming to increase the rate to £9 per hour by 2020.
And junker workers also saw a rise in the minimum wage. But how will the rise in wages benefit students? Agatha Lattore investigates.
At the beginning of this month, the minimum wage was raised by 20 pence. We went out to find out how this affects Ayr and its student population.
It's a shame that a lot of the places are minimum wage because it just shows you that they're taking advantage of the fact that the students are trying to work, especially the restaurants. They're all, most of them that I know of are minimum wage.
We speak with Melissa Evans, manager of the Smoking Goat.
Hopefully if minimum wage goes up, that means that students can work more and not get such a high SAS and then get themselves into debt and then have to pay it off and stuff like that. But I know a lot of people that have gone back to college because financially it'll work out a lot better for them, because working at minimum wage does not get you very far.
Alison Gray, manager at the UWS Halls of Residence, talks about the matter.
Okay, I think there's quite a number of students here in halls that also have part-time jobs. So, and they need to have part-time jobs to make it affordable for them to stay away from home. The raising of the minimum wage will definitely help them. So the minimum wage goes up and everything in the shops goes up equivalent to that.
The minimum wage has been running from the beginning of April, and all employers should have changed their wages.
And Agatha joins us now. Welcome, Agatha.
Thank you.
Why is this rise in the national minimum wage important to young people, to young students?
Well, I think it's important because a lot of students need part-time jobs to be able to support themselves. Like, they live far away, they don't live with their parents, most of them. Some of them, including myself, don't even live in their own country, so they need part-time jobs to be able to pay for rent, even go out. So the fact that this is increasing and it's a bit higher, it would benefit so much to them, especially now that SAS is done for the rest of the summer, and that would make possibly even make the students want to have a part-time job throughout the summer.
I see. And given the wage rise it's not a significant rise, it's quite a small rise. What do students say to you, obviously, about the rise? Is it going to really make a difference to them, though?
Well, I think that every little help makes a difference. Maybe if you work 2 hours, 20 pence is not a big difference, but if you work 8 hours throughout the summer because you don't have classes anymore, that would really make a big difference.
Yeah, so it's better in their pockets than
Yeah.
elsewhere. Okay, well, thank you very much for joining
Thank
us,
you.
Agatha. Inflation has risen to a 3-year high of 2.3% in recent months. Economists predict this is likely to continue to soar into the summer. And it's expected to hit Scots food bills the hardest, as experts predict grocery prices will rise as a result of the inflation hike.
The Bank of England's inflation target is 2%. Margaret went to speak to locals in Ayr to find out how they are coping.
You might have noticed an increase in your food bill recently, and it looks set to rise even higher over the next year. As official stats show, food prices jumped up for the first time in 2.5 years.
I was looking for a pomegranate today, £1.45, which I thought was astronomical, yes. And I quite like the mixture of different fruits, but the exotic fruits I'm afraid are very expensive, very expensive.
Obviously, any sort of increase is going to be, hard on everybody. I mean, we struggle as it is to, buy fresh food and food that's, good for you. No matter what people say, it is a lot more expensive eating healthier. And any increase really is, not good, is it?
I spoke to the service manager of Morrison's in Ayr to see what they're doing to help their shoppers make their money go further.
Well, Morrison's actually is a company trying to do price crunch. So we would hope not to impact our customers too much and try and do it across the board. Maybe they'd have an extra wee bit on, but we usually try price crunch to keep our prices down. That's our promise to customers, so hopefully that's what we'll do.
Food banks are used to supporting people in need, helping them feed their families. But this price hike looks set to increase demands on the service even more. Cathy Watson from Ayrshire South Food Bank spoke to me about her concerns.
We'd anticipate that there'll be more people in food poverty, and that could result in increasing people that would use the food bank.
Shoppers will need to become ever more canny in the coming month with their already squeezed budgets, as the Bank of England has announced that it is expecting inflation to rise further over the next year.
And that's our own Margaret Gilmour there.
You're welcome. Police Scotland held an event last month at Prestwick Academy to raise awareness of the effects of underage smoking. Choices for Life is an initiative aimed at 11 to 18-year-olds.
It educates youngsters on the dangers of smoking, but also covers other areas such as the consequences of alcohol and drug use. Here's Chris Houston with more details.
A new initiative has been launched in schools raising awareness of dangers such as underage smoking.
The purpose is to help people make informed choices, kind of acknowledging how difficult and challenging it can be, particularly at the age that they're at.
Choice for Life is an initiative by Police Scotland to visit schools and teaches secondary school pupils the dangers of smoking, alcohol and online safety. So what do non-smokers think of this?
I think it's brilliant because, quite frankly, that's the kind of age where I saw people outside my school beginning to smoke, and you know, even just from a financial point of view, it would be a horrible burden for anyone to have, and, you know, having to rely on having to, you know, wanting to smoke however many times a day.
With heart charities like the British Heart Foundation detailing the risks to health in young people smoking, what do those who smoke think?
I'd always kind of had chest problems. I feel it's like it's still good that they do that kind of thing, make children aware that it is, you know, potentially if they chain smoke.
Chief Inspector Lanson went on to say that today's Ayrshire-wide event certainly won't be the last to help raise awareness.
Very much we look to continue, and it's really just one part of a whole series of activity that you do. I suppose the kind of main message to young people is the choices you make at this age can have a real serious effect on what you maybe want to do with a career, job, course, or travel in the future.
Chris Houston, UWS News, Prestwick Academy.
And if you want more information, please visit the website www.young.scot/choices-for-life. Now, the fishing industry is an important part of the Scottish economy. The Scottish Government's website says that it was worth over £429 million in 2013.
But salmon fishing faces many challenges ahead. What obstacles do they need to overcome in the future? Brian Degning spoke with some local fishermen.
Scottish salmon fishing was worth nearly £500,000 in Scotland last year, but experts are concerned there has been a decline.
There's many reasons that could be the case, but we survey the rivers every year, and we are concerned by the declining salmon numbers in particular.
Local fishermen have their own theories as to why.
Well, since all the boats into way, then you've got all these sponge boats that come in and try to take away our fish. We can't get in it, because they've got it all, because all our quotas up.
Local businesses in Ayrshire believe that Brexit could also have an impact.
Well, fishing, a lot of folk do recreational fishing, so Brexit would affect the recreational fishing, would affect the commercial.
While there is no clear answer, experts believe more must be done.
There's not much we can do about it. We need government to legislate on this and to act.
And finally, do you have a budding young wizard in your family? Our reporter Kirsty Feerick zapped herself to Coatbridge today to talk to James Kennedy, Lanarkshire's budding Dumbledore.
Let's see if she managed to do a disappearing act.
You don't have to travel to Hogwarts this Easter break to see some magic. James Kennedy has a magical vision for the kids of Scotland, and he wants to share it. He started his own wizarding school to help kids communicate and believes magic can do much more than just provide a little bit of fun.
Wizard School's basically, it's magic lessons for kids with a kind of wizarding and witchcraft kind of theme about it, as you can see. With the huge kind of success of the Harry Potter movies, kids have bought into the magic again, which is fantastic. So I've kind of took that style of theme to incorporate that magic, arriving to Wizard School and then learn how to do magic. And that's in essence what it's all about. I suffered with a lot of bullying when I was younger, and that kind of put me back a bit, you know. But magic was something that even the geekiest kid in the world, if you could do a cool trick, the bullies lost all their power, because he might be able to thump you, but nobody wants to see a guy getting thumped that does all this really cool stuff. They would rather kind of say, oh, leave him alone. And that was really good for me as well, you know, because I had a set of skills that nobody else had, as opposed to just being the guy that wasn't very good at everything. I had special skills, my own secret powers. I think the reason why people should come is because I find not everybody, when I was younger, you were either into football or you were not. There wasn't really that much choice. It was like football or nothing. And if you weren't really kind of a sports-driven person, you were kind of pushed to the sidelines. I was never into that kind of thing. Magic was mine. And now kids have got so many more opportunities to kind of explore different kind of hobbies and kind of pastimes. And magic, especially for kids that are shy, it's a great way to meet people.
We've actually been to a party and Aaron was at the party and it was the magic show. We thought it was fantastic, we thought Jim was great. So I've got Jim on Facebook and we'd seen that there was a wizard show.
It's going to be good because also I might be able to meet new people as well when I'm here. I've been before and I know what it's like and I liked it last time. I like learning the tricks so I can perform them to my friends and family. I'll make friends today.
If you're interested, you think your kids kind of struggling with finding their place in the world with their thing, bring them along to Wizard School. Who knows, it might change their life.
And Kirsty Feerick joins us now. Welcome, Kirsty.
Hi there.
So, Kirsty, why wizardry skills? What's that about?
Well, I spoke to James and he's been a wizard or a magician for over 20 years now, and he believes it's more than just a bit of fun. Kids can get real life skills from this, like presenting, talking and just learning how to meet people. And for himself, he was bullied quite a lot as a kid, and magic kind of gave him a kind of barrier and a kind of communication way, and he made friends through it and it really changed his life.
And did the young people seem to appreciate it? Did they enjoy it? Were there many of them?
Yeah, the place was really busy. He spread the word out. He's done quite well. He's got quite a lot of publicity. And we spoke to some of the kids there and they were really excited for it. Some of them had been, some of them hadn't. But they were all looking forward to it, and they were all saying how they were looking forward to making friends, which was exactly what James was saying.
Excellent. Magic, Kirsty, thank you.
Thank you, Kirsty.
And for all the latest news from UWS, you can go to www.uwsnewsroom.com.
And that's the latest from Margaret and I. Be sure to join the UWS News team for another edition of On Air. Thank you very much indeed for your time watching this programme.
From everyone in the team and ourselves, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.